Hello everybody. This is a video about understanding and overcoming the inner anger. What I'm saying about inner anger, let me just give you a little bit definition about this inner anger. This inner anger, you feel it inside when something happens, and you see it like sort of jealousy of people, but it's aggravates you because they do something that you can't. For some reason, you preventing yourself of not doing it. I was talking to a few people, and there was a part when I tried to explain it to them. It's a trigger. That inner anger inside of you. I wrote this quote today actually. It comes from what you see that others do, and you feel that you cannot be them. But the most important part is this is your trigger for where you need to evolve, that you need to grow, that you need to see, and you have to open up. Basically, the same like this picture it represents is that inner anger open up a page of what's going on. But the first thing that I want to explain that how did that happens to you, because if you understand the process specifically within the twin flames, you will understand what I'm trying to tell you. And that's the whole point of this video on it. So your journey as a twin flame, you learn things. The reason that you learn things is to understand things. And when you understand things, you to overcome the obstacles that you learn, you evolve, and then you see new obstacles, new lessons, and so on and on and on and on. Never ending school. Okay, but there's gonna be some those moments of when you as a twin flame, okay, you will read a certain article, you will listen a certain video, you will find a certain information, and you will feel that if this is applied to you, okay, and your own journey, your journey is going to be destroyed. And when you feel that fear of your journey is going to be destroyed, you trigger the inner anger, and that creates aggravations inside of you. Now, how to do this, to overcome this part? Your individual journey as a twin flame, it's your individual journey. It does not mean that it has to really apply to you. But if your inner anger it's triggered, then you have to look at that inner anger inside of you. Why did that come up to it? What do you fear to lose? Some of the twin flames, the biggest fear, okay, I'm gonna lose my twin. And I ask him, okay, well, did you was in a physical with your twin? Some of them, yes. Okay, did they commit to you? No. So you actually never had them. Some, I'm talking to it, here's some cases, okay. Dio, we are 16 years together. He knows he's my twin, I know we all know all that stuff. We went to run our chaser stages, but for some reason, he bolts out and then he comes back in a few months. Why? He hasn't opened that inner anger inside to see what that inner anger it is. He hasn't evolved of something to overcome. Spoke to some people who never had experience with their twin flames, and I asked them, okay, well, you never had them. They were never in your arms. They were never, you never kissed them, you never hugged them, they were never yours. Why do you fear to lose something that you never had in the first place? And when you say something like this to some people, okay, you trigger that inner anger. And they have to see that inner anger. You have to see your inner anger for yourself. Simply because you have this blockage. And anytime you touch this blockage, that anger comes in. What it prevents you not to do? Or what prevents you to doing it? One or the other. They look the same, but they're not. The one side you prevent, that is like, oh my gosh, I won't be able to do this because blah blah will happen. And you put the roadblock. On the other side, you want to do it, but there is a roadblock because of other situation. Then you have to look at that situation and see what is. Open up the book, see it, unfold that anger inside of it. Mutual love, it is about understanding. To that understanding, you have the love. Because here's the example of you how you're gonna be reacting, some of you, okay? For example, your twin comes in, they're gonna tell you all the story of previous lovers they have. And that's gonna trigger your ego, and you're gonna be, holy crap, what's happening here? But if you have the understanding, you understand they gain the experience to get to the point that you and her, or her and you, gonna meet. And then you're gonna be love to listen all their love stories, all their love partners, because they share the experience with you. But you see, you have to open the book. You have to unfold that anger inside of you that it's triggered. If it is triggered, simply because your evolution is about understanding, okay? It's not about any more complicated parts. Your understanding of the situations and the journey, the way it is, as a twin flame, will bring you to a higher level state of existence, a higher level state of knowledge. And that's the only way, through that understanding, you will overcome that inner anger. Simply of you understanding your twin flame. Now, if somebody tells you let go of your twin flame that you never had, and you suffer, well, guess what? You fear. You cannot do what other people do, let it go. Why? What do you fear? You either fear or you love. So if you fear, you don't love. Simple. Love is not so much complicated unless that is connected to the ego, to the society, to the old patterns. Soul tells you, feel it. The ego tells you everything else. The soul tells you, trust your feelings about this. You're love. He loves you, she loves you, whatever the situation is, it is what it is. Some of the triggers that's gonna come to you as a twin flame, they come in with purpose to point you the road that you need to walk into. In the inner anger, it's a huge trigger. I had people angry at me. I had people do some miserable stuff because I triggered that inner anger in them. And I'm like, yes, baby, I trigger them. That's the point of the video. To trigger them. To look at it so they can go and look deep inside of them what they need to do. And you as a twin flame, okay, when you do this evaluation of yourself, you will understand your journey. When you understand your journey, you will understand the road. When you understand your road, you're gonna create an action you to get from point A to point B on your journey. And 90% of the time, that journey is about you to become your true self. No lie, no hide, none of that crap. You are honest to the dot. You face the truth to the dot. No more, no less. The right things. And some of the inner anger that it's going to be triggered inside of you, it's going to be because it's touching something true. Something that it's a more attached to the feelings that you have. I spoke to a lot of twin flames, and they asked me for the part of let go. There was a lady that she told me her twin left, and he left these sexual vibrations inside of it, and she's like, how to preoccupate with this? You have to let it go. You trust it, surrender of whatever happened for a reason. You have to let it go. You have to free up yourself. If you don't free up yourself, you face the inner anger. You have to figure out again to free up yourself. And when you evolve, then you will understand what was the lesson. Once you understand what's the lesson, then you're going to be able to move to the next stage. But without you understanding what the lesson was, you won't be able to do it. And if you're not able to do it, here it is. It comes from what you see that others do, and you don't feel like you can't be them. So don't go over there to other people and start blah 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 blah. Look inside of you. Look deep inside of you. And then you will figure out what you've been missing. And once you figure out what you've been missing, then you're going to create an action. And that action will help you in your evolution. Thank you so much for watching this video. Appreciate it. Looking forward for your comments. Be love.